Let's talk about one of the biggest, most complicated deals most of us will ever make, buying or selling a home. It can feel like a total maze, right? Well, today we're going to break it all down with one simple, really powerful idea.
I mean, if you've ever been through it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's this high-stakes world filled with jargon and mountains of paperwork. It's just so easy to feel completely overwhelmed. And you know what? That's totally normal.
But what if there was a way to see through all that chaos? What if we could map out the whole thing using just one simple shape? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. So, first up, the real estate maze. Before we get to the simple solution, we've got to understand the problem. And yeah, a real estate deal can feel like a giant, confusing maze with all these twists and turns you just don't see coming. Okay, now for the good part. A simple triangle solution. This is our guide out of that maze. It's the one core idea that makes all the other pieces of the puzzle just click into place. So what is this triangle concept? Well, think of it as a mental map. It breaks down any deal into three key players. You've got the seller in one corner, the buyer in another, and holding it all together, the professionals in the third corner. And this isn't just some abstract theory. It's a super practical way to look at it. Just like the quote says, all three sides have to work together smoothly for this thing to be a success. When they do, the whole deal is just stronger for it.
So let's look at the first corner, the seller. Their goal is pretty straightforward, right? They want to get the best possible price and the best terms for their property. That's their number one mission.
Then, in the opposite corner, you've got the buyer. Their goal is just as clear. They need to find a place that actually fits what they're looking for, and they want to pay a fair price for it. Pretty simple. And that brings us to the third and maybe the most crucial corner, the professionals. These are the real estate agents. They're the ones connecting the buyer and the seller. They're the negotiators, the problem solvers. Really, they're the base that supports the entire triangle.
But here's where it gets interesting. That professional corner isn't just one person. Nope. In almost every deal, it's actually a tale of two different agents, each fighting for their client. Let's take a closer look at that.
So you can see here, they have very distinct jobs. The buyer's agent is the buyer's champion, their advocate. And the seller's agent, they're in the seller's corner, 100%. But even though they're on opposite sides, they both have the same ultimate goal, to get the deal done.
Okay, so what does a buyer's agent actually do all day? Let's open up their playbook and see exactly how they guide someone through the whole process of buying a home.
It really boils down to a four-step journey. First up is consultation and search. This is where the agent gets to know you and what you're looking for. Then, once you find the one, it's all about the offer and negotiation. After you get an accepted offer, and this is a biggie, it's the contract to close period, where they handle all the inspections, appraisals, all that stuff. And finally, they guide you through the closing and beyond, making sure everything goes off without a hitch.
Now, let's flip the script. Let's look at the other side of the deal. Here's the playbook for the seller's agent, and their whole game is about getting a top dollar sale for their client.
The seller's journey has four key stages too. It all starts with strategy and marketing, getting the price right, making the house look amazing, and getting it in front of buyers. Then comes offer negotiation, where they sort through offers to get the best one. During the contract to close phase, they're managing all the buyer's deadlines and paperwork. And finally, they handle all the little details for the closing, making sure that final transfer is smooth.
All right, we've looked at the buyer, the seller, and the two agents. So let's bring it all back together and talk about why this whole triangle thing is the real key to a successful deal.
So what's the bottom line? Well, this triangle framework is so powerful because, first, it makes a really complicated process feel simple. It creates balance because everyone knows their role. And that clarity, it builds trust. Most importantly, it makes sure both the buyer and the seller have an expert in their corner, fighting for them.
At the end of the day, a real estate deal is a structure. And when the buyer's ready, the seller's realistic, and both of them are connected by skilled professionals. That structure is solid. It's built to handle whatever challenges come its way. So as we wrap this up, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Whether you're planning to buy or sell soon, or maybe way down the road, ask yourself, is your real estate triangle built to last? Because making sure every corner is strong, that's the real secret to winning the game.